So I am so excited because I'm gonna be doing my own gender reveal later on in the episode. But first, I'm gonna show you guys how you can make 3 delicious treats for your own gender reveal if you wanna have a party. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you can make some really cool cupcakes. And these are store-bought cupcakes. I'm all about practicality, and I find that it's easier to just get store-bought cupcakes. I'm gonna use a pastry tip like so, and if you don't have one, you could just use a knife. And I'm just gonna pierce it in the middle. And what I'm doing is I'm creating a hole that I can put the blue frosting in if it's a boy, or the pink frosting in if it's a girl. How cool is that? All right, so you see the cupcake has just come in here, and I'm just gonna pull it out. Then you have this really cool hole there, and that is where I'm gonna put the frosting in. Either pink for a girl or blue for a boy. I'm so excited to tell you guys. You guys have been waiting for this. Okay, I am going to start with the blue. So what you wanna do is you just wanna squeeze the pastry bag. What you're doing is you're getting all of the air out and just kind of locking all the frosting in there. And you could just buy store-bought frosting that has the color blue. Ah! While I was doing that, the frosting was like coming out. Oh my God. Okay, let's do that again. I feel like I want to eat it. Yummy, 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 yummy. Okay. Oh my gosh, now I'm gonna have a sugar high. I'm just gonna squeeze in the blue frosting just till it gets to the top. And if you're having a girl, you can fill it with the pink frosting. Okay, so we have the blue for the boy and we have the pink for the girl. What do you think I'm having? Make sure you comment below and cast your vote. Of course, this is a reveal, so we wanna cover up the blue or pink frosting, and I'm gonna do that with the white frosting. Yay! And then we're gonna add some blue and pink sprinkles to keep people guessing. And then I'm gonna add this cute little star right in the middle of the cupcake, because whoever this baby is, they are gonna be a star. A star is born! Once it comes down to reveal the magical moment to see whether you're having a boy or a girl, guests will bite into the cupcakes and they will either see pink for a girl and blue for a boy. Another great fun, delicious treat for a gender reveal party are cake pops. So what I've done is I've just baked a cake, and this is just box cake mix at any grocery store, and I've colored it blue. My cake has cooled down, and this is the fun part. This is like so much fun to me, and you'll see why in a minute. I am just going to take my cake, and I am going, you know, what I can do is just kind of break off the sides a little bit that are brown, and into my mixing bowl, I'm just going to crumble. Look at that! This is like, it's so fun. Sorry, cake. Just go for it. Have a lot of fun. And you wanna make sure the crumbles are like really nice and small. And you can use the same idea for a girl. If you're having a girl, you can just color the cake pink. Look at that, this is so fun. You know what I just thought of? Like, what if you're having twins and it's like a boy and a girl? Maybe you make half of the cake pink and half of the cake blue, you just kind of mix it all in there. I feel like I'm pretty big for how many months I am. Like, my belly is just like, bam! It's just like, hello, hello world. So when I'm around my mom, she's always like, Tia, are you sure you're just having one? And I'm like, Mom, do not put that on me. I do not want to have any twins. I don't know why people think that just because you're a twin, you want to have twins. No, I know what it's like to be a twin. Okay, don't get me wrong, twins are great. I'm a twin, but my mom, she actually told me, she was like, Tia, you could be having twins. Because when my mom, when she was 6 months pregnant, that's when she found out she was having twins. She said that we were like on top of each other, so it looked like there was just one in the belly, but there were actually two. Oh gosh, but I don't want no twins. I'm not having twins, people. Even though it may look like I'm having twins, because I'm, you know. Whew. But anyway, okay, back to the cake pops. So I've broken my cake down, and I am gonna add some blue frosting. This frosting basically acts like glue, and we need something to bind all of this together. Gonna mix this all because you really want this to kind of bind all together, and it'll take a few stirs to do that. See how it's kind of like getting a little sticky, and that's what you want. Here's a little tip or a little trick. Whenever I'm making like, meatballs or just some cake pops, like kind of what we're doing, I always like to use a scooper. The reason why I do that is because each of your cake pops will be the same size. So you want to be really nice and gentle, like a baby. As you can see, my son loves me. I love being a silly parent. We have loads of fun, my son and myself. We just laugh and joke all the time. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on my baking sheet that I've lined with parchment paper and just continue to have more fun. I'm like really fascinated that gender parties are so popular right now. I just think it's so cool. You know what I mean? You usually have like this big, cool announcement when you're pregnant, but I also find that it's also exciting to know the gender. So I really like this movement that's going on right now where people have these really cool gender parties to reveal whether they're having a boy or a girl. It just brings everybody together, So this would make about a dozen cake pops, and the next step is you just want to take a lollipop stick that you can get at any craft store, and I'm going to dip it into melted chocolate to glue the stick into the cake pop. It acts kind of like an adhesive, but it also tastes good. Okay, and I'm just piercing the cake pop. I don't want it to go all the way down through, but I do want it to get down there further enough. Voila! So I'm gonna put my cake pops into the freezer for about 2 to 3 hours so that they firm up. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip it into some white chocolate, and if I skip that step, then everything will fall apart and we won't have any cake pops. I'm going to dip my cake pops into my melted chocolate. Just give it a little twirl. Make sure all of the blue is covered up because this is a gender reveal party. And then I'm gonna put it back onto my sheet tray. Before my white chocolate hardens, I am going to sprinkle these with some white sprinkles, just to add some texture to it and to make it really nice and pretty. I'm gonna put these into the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes until they firm up. My cake pops are nice and firm, and to serve them, I just put them on a serving platter, and they are ready for your guests to bite in to see if you're having a boy or a girl. Cakes! Who doesn't love cakes, especially at a party? So why not make a cake for your gender reveal party? And that's what I'm gonna do. So I have my cake stand, and to make sure that the cake stays into place, I am going to create 4 little dots. How about let's make a smiley face? I'm such a jokester. This is just plain vanilla frosting. I'm gonna put the base of my cake on, and this is just gonna hold the cake in place. Now I'm gonna frost. Quick tip, I just put the frosting in a piping bag. This is just gonna give you more of a leveled surface, and then I'm just going to smooth it out with a spatula. The cake that I baked was just box cake mix that you can get at any grocery store. Easy peasy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a biscuit cutter, and you can use a cookie cutter at home. And I'm just gonna make a hole here. And this is where the surprise is gonna go. I'll explain later. I'm just gonna transfer this layer onto our first layer. My second layer is on, and I'm gonna frost away. Again, I like doing it in a piping bag because it's quicker, and also it helps the cake from breaking away when you just use a spatula. Smooth it out, making it really nice and smooth. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just the middle layer. I'm gonna move on to my next layer. Use my biscuit cutter, create a circle. Okay. A little more frosting on top. There we go. Smooth it out. We have one more layer to cut. Here we go. Frost away. So now that I have my 4 layers on, we have this really cool hole, and I am going to fill it up with our gender reveal treat. I'm using pink chocolate balls, but you can also use blue if you're having a boy. Now that I have my gender reveal treat poured into the middle of the cake, I'm gonna add my last layer. I I just think this is just a really fun idea. We have the cupcakes with the frosting as the gender reveal, but I think it's so cool to use these chocolate balls as the gender reveal. It's just exciting, you know, it's fun. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to frost the whole entire cake, and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes so that the frosting firms up. And then I'm gonna add my final layer of frosting, and it'll be easier to frost the cake. And once you've frosted your cake, you can just add some sprinkles on there. You can add a really cool banner, and there you have it. You have a really cool gender reveal, beautiful cake. Now I'm gonna cut into it so you will know what it looks like when you serve it. Isn't that so much fun? How cool and awesome is that? You have all of this like pink chocolate candy coming out if you're having a girl, and of course if you're having a boy, you'll have all this really cool blue chocolate candy coming out. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for, my gender reveal. So let's find out. We're having a girl! We're having a girl! Cree is going to have a baby sister. We are so excited, and please make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next week.